If true freedom starts in the mind, why do you have such a hard time believing your desires? If we know that if we hold in our mind the freedom that we want, the freedom that we desire, the freedom that we know is ours, that align themselves to the desires, because that's the ultimate freedom of expression, why do we not believe those desires should be had? Why do we resist going towards those desires and believing that they can actually happen and not be some fantasy that got placed and planted inside of us for fun, for no reason? What would be the point of that? So, why do we have such a hard time in our own mind, just in our mind, being able to allow ourselves to believe that all the things that we imagine, that we desire, that we intuitively know are supposed to be for us? Why do we have such a hard time believing it? Why is it so difficult for us to say that, yes, I am in alignment with that? I am deserving of that because I desire it, not because I had to do something to deserve to get it. I didn't have to have a trade to make sure that I had to be a certain way to go get that thing. There are definitely skills, there's definitely learnings and knowledge that you want to gain to step into whatever life that it is, of course. But it's not a pro and con system. It's not a way where you have to worry about if you're good enough. The fact that you have these desires and this way of living is absolutely possible. Not everything is supposed to be easy. Challenges are part of the game, part of life. So we know that that's inevitable. Change is inevitable. My growth and evolution would be a wonderful thing. Self-development is kind of cool if I know how to do it right. And I'm always looking to grow into the next evolution. And the only way I can do that is if I step into something new. And so stepping into something new is that each time I get to desire something new, I get to desire a new life, I get to step into that day by day. And I get to enjoy the journey. And before I know it, things change pretty rapidly because I'm in alignment with myself. And I know that as long as I can see the vision of truth, of my own freedom, I have a North Star that I want to go towards. Not everybody wants to be free. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine, and I believe everyone wants to be free. And he did not think so. He thought, no, actually, people don't mind being enslaved. And so I guess you get to decide where you want to place your perspective. Are you a person that believes that you're free and that you can attain the sort of freedom that you desire by stepping into a life that you want and believing in the desires and the dreams and the hopes and the visions of the future that you have been wanting for and knowing that it's going to come and you're going to step into the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months, the next few years, walking as if that's true because you know it's inevitable. It's going to meet you right before you know it. Or do you believe that that's not possible and you can't believe in your dreams, that they're just fun fantasies that fill our heads so that we can dream about them at night and then go on to the regular day that someone else has set for us? It's absolutely up to you to decide which path you want to take, where you want to stay, where you want to go, how you want to move through it. But it's just kind of funny how the things that we have in our heads that circle around, that make us want to get up in the morning, that drive us, that one day, if only this could happen, that we sometimes have a hard time believing that's real. Everything before it was created was in the mind of someone, was in the mind of someone, just waiting for that person to take action, to make the plan, to have the hard conversations, to hear the no's, to keep going, to hear more no's, to keep going, to hit the roadblocks, to hit the obstacles, go through the whole obstacle course to get it done, to tell a great story at the end of it and show that it's possible. But that was the whole that was the path to begin with. Those they were in the roadmap. they were in the map. The obstacles, the challenges, those were actually placed in the map. That was part of the story. That's how it was supposed to go. So when you take those paths to your desires, however it's supposed to go that way because you're in alignment, because you know what you want, you know your intentions, you know what's in your heart, you have a clear vision as much as you possibly can. There are things that you're not always supposed to know. There are things that you have to learn along the way. So you only know as much as you can get the next foot in front of you and the next foot in front of that. And if you can see a vision, that's why we want a vision, because we want to be able to hold on to something so that we know which way to navigate. And whenever you feel that you're enslaved, that you're not free, that you're bound, confined, constricted, just know that all you have to do is flip it in your mind. What would make me free right now? What would make me open? What would make me expanded? What would give me my full expression? And allow yourself for whatever is your highest good to come through. Allow yourself to imagine what that looks like. And just imagine, just let it be a vision in your head to hold for just a few moments. Let it sink in that you can actually have this desire and look at it. What does it look like? What are you wearing? How do you walk in the room? What's happening? If other people can have that desire and that dream, how come it's hard for you to believe you could have it? Allow yourself to hold the vision of what that looks like, what that feels like, what that sounds like, what that tastes like. All the senses are involved. And allow yourself for a day or so to really imagine that you get to have this and you get to live it today. You get to live it in the moment. You get to feel it as you move through, as if it's already happening. And then start to see how the mind works, how the brain works to try and connect dots and solve and put you in paths that get you closer and closer to that without you consciously understanding it. It might come in front of you as a key, as a next step, because you're dialing in a vision. You're allowing yourself to believe that you can just hold a vision. That's it. Just hold the vision. Believe you can hold the vision. Do it for 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes. Take your time and just feel the sensory experience of it. And then watch what happens. The mind is the servant, and it needs to be tasked with specific instructions on where you want to go so that it will start to edit and filter out noise that does not align to the vision that you've been holding. Let me repeat that. The mind will discard information and focus in on information that aligns with the vision that you hold of yourself. So if there's a place you want to go, a thing you want to get to, an experience you want to have, your brain will start to hone in and focus in on those exact pieces. And you're going to naturally gravitate towards it, and it's going to naturally gravitate towards you. But you have to believe you can even hold the vision. So don't worry about trying to believe you can have it. If that's hard for you, it shouldn't be, but just hold the vision. Believe you can hold the vision and that that's enough, and see where that takes you. See how far that gets you, and just practice that. And you can change it whenever you want, be done with it when you're done with it, and move on to something else. Wobbling doesn't work. You have to hold a clear vision of what you want. Start small. If you don't know, you don't have to think about your entire life and have everything planned out. That's really boring. But just have a sense of next month, the next couple weeks, the next 3 months, the next 6 months. maybe the next year. And then get a little sense of where you're going. Like you're setting yourself up for a bigger vision of your life, but just keep it relevant so that when you hit your milestones and you actually start making those visions come true and those desires start to surface, because they will, because you're holding the vision, you're going to have new desires. You're going to have a new level, and you're going to keep unfolding it over and over again. So believe you can have a vision and believe you can hold your desires as much as possible for as long as you want and watch the magic happen. And allow yourself true freedom of the mind to roam and go wherever you want without your inner critic telling you that you shouldn't be doing that, without your ego telling you that you need to go be doing something else more productive. Give yourself the grace, the time, and the space and the expansiveness to sit in your visions and your desires and just hold the vision and believe you can hold the vision and believe in that vision that you're holding. Believe in the vision that you're holding and see what takes place over the next few days if you can hold that vision and be really clear and walk embodied in the space of that vision. You're walking as if it already belongs to you and it's coming towards you. You're preparing for it as you walk towards you, as you walk towards it, as it's meeting you halfway. You can have anything that you want. Just be clear and have it be a full body yes, and it's yours. As soon as you start to feel it, as soon as you start to feel it, it'll come towards you. It'll start to show itself. And let it take the time it's going to take. Remove the expectation of time. It's going to show up when it's time, when it's time. There's a divine orchestra that's happening behind the scenes. You just have to be ready. The more open you are to receiving the desire, whenever it's going to show up, it'll show up. I can't wait to see what has transpired for you and your desires and what comes forward for you and how you walk in this world in your full authenticity and how that has a ripple effect in the world. Thank you for being here. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.